Yes, yes, yes. It's another one. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Okay, today we're talking about Big Baby Gerald Miller and his tweet, or rather his message on Instagram following his suspension, the suspension of his license. His license has been revoked by the New York Athletic State Commission. This is after his failed drug test. This is Big Baby Miller's Instagram post, first Instagram post following this most unfortunate event, and it reads as such: I want to thank all of my supporters who have stood by me since day one, and especially during this extremely difficult time. I have not been tuned in to social media or any other media outlets to focus on and channel all of my energies into working hard with no distractions. I am absolutely devastated upon hearing the news. My boxing license has been revoked in New York State, and I will be vigorously appealing this decision. I have never knowingly taken any banned substance, and when I found out the news last night, I was totally shocked. My team and I stand for integrity. What? Decency. What? And honesty. I have to jump in here at that stage. My team and I stand for integrity. Well, Big Baby, I didn't notice any integrity when you was making scurrilous and scandalous remarks regarding, pertaining, and directed at Anthony Joshua in the lead up to the fight, in the press conference, when you talked about a man's mother. You want to take a man's mother out. Does that come under the category of integrity? No. Decency? No. So you failed on those two measures. Already you failed on those two measures, integrity and decency. Then you made comments scurrilous and without foundation that Joshua was on some kind of TRT, some sanctioned TRT. He was allowed to take testosterone. Groundless allegations which you have failed to substantiate. So does that come under integrity? No, that's a fail. Does that come under decency? Lying in such a disgusting manner? No. You're putting things out there. You put things out there that uneducated people could have believed. Blatant and utter lies. I'll come back to that in a second. My team and I stand for integrity and decency and honesty. Clearly not. And together we will stand to fight this with everything we have. It was a voluntary test. Once again, you're lying out of your big ass. Let me cut this music a little bit. Once again, you're lying out of your ample ass. It was called a voluntary test, but it is in no way a voluntary test. It is actually a mandatory test. Anthony Joshua pays VADA to do these tests. So it was not voluntary. You could not have said, no, I will not take this test. Had you done that, you'd have come under an immediate suspension. Your license would have been immediately revoked. So once again, you are lying, trying to imply that you took this test voluntarily. No, it was mandatory. Yeah? So Once again, a lack of integrity and honesty. You're failing on these three measures. The three measures of integrity, decency, and honesty, you're failing on them time and time again. This was a voluntary test, you allege, that I was very happy to do, and these results just came. Where are we? And these results came just 1 week after another voluntary test that I had taken, which was completely clean. Okay, so then that makes it even worse. So that means you had a clean test and then you stuck a needle in your ass. That's the way it appears. I think that's where you put the needle. I think that's a common place where these types of people like you put the needle. You put the needle in your ass and you pop dirty a week later. So that's even worse, because I had thought perhaps this was something that you had done previously. Yeah? And then you pop dirty for some stuff you had done previously. But this is even worse. If you came up clean 1 week prior, that means you stuck the needle in your ass. That implies that you stuck the needle in your ass with this GW1516 after you had that test. So it appears you thought, oh, I just had the test, they won't come back for a few weeks. Boom, needle in the ass. Boom, they came back a week later. Oh my gosh, boom, you're dirty. You pop dirty. So that's even worse. I refuse to lie down and let my dream be taken away from me. I know in my heart that I have done nothing wrong. 15 years of hard work. I'm a warrior. I don't need a banned substance. Remember, don't believe everything you hear and see. That's ironic coming from you, Miller. The facts will prevail, and I shall be vindicated. I don't have anything to hide, and the truth will make itself known. That is very interesting. Okay, so that was Big Belly Miller's Instagram post. Right. Let's have a look at this article. This comes from BBC Sport. Okay, British Broadcasting Corporation. For those who don't know or misunderstand. Okay. Right, so they go on to say that Anthony Joshua versus Jarrell Miller. American denied a boxing license. Let's get into it. Right. Jarrell Miller has been denied a license to fight Anthony Joshua in New York on June the 1st after an adverse finding in a drug testing sample. Britain Joshua, 29, was due to defend his IBF, WBA, and WBO heavyweight titles against the undefeated American Miller, who has never fought for a world title. A sample taken from Miller on the 20th of March prompted the decision by the New York State Athletic Commission. Miller's camp have now requested the B sample be tested. If the sample comes back negative, then Miller can make another application for a license. Joshua's promoter, Matchroom, said Joshua will make his American debut on the 1st of June, irrespective of Miller, and have a list of alternative opponents. Matchroom Chief Executive Frank Smith told the BBC, let me pause this music, told the BBC Sport, we are working on a list behind the scenes and we will work tirelessly until we find a suitable solution. We've sold 15,000 seats already here at Madison Square Garden, 7,000 to 8,000 of them Brits. We have sold tickets to people from 50 different countries and they have booked flights, hotels, and everything. And you have to factor that in. Our plan right now is to carry on with Madison Square Garden on the 1st of June and we will announce more details soon. So that was the statement from, what's his name? Frank Smith, Matchroom. Right, the Matchroom executive. Right, okay. And lastly, the last segment of this comes from Lance Pugmire of the LA Times. Lance Pugmire. And I find this very interesting because certain sectors of the media over in America have been making some misleading statements with regard to Luis Ortiz. So let me squash that here and now. This is Lance Pugmire of the LA Times. And he tweets, this is his tweet by the way. There he is, Lance Pugmire, talking to Anderson Silva over here. Lance Pugmire over there. Followers, 18.2 thousand followers on Twitter. Right. And here we have the pertinent section. Lance Pugmire, LA Times. I have just texted with Luis Ortiz, who tells me he could be ready for the Anthony Joshua fight if his manager instructs him to. Lance Pugmire goes on to say, I don't get the sense from Premier Boxing, who manage Luis Ortiz, that they will allow this. So, let's get this clear. Lance Pugmire of the LA Times texted Luis Ortiz, who told him that he could be ready if his manager instructs him to. Lance Pugmire goes on to say, I don't get the sense from Premier Boxing that they will allow this. So, for the third time, just to sink into those thick skulls of those idiots who are making false allegations that Luis Ortiz wants to fight, but Joshua doesn't. In fact, I'm not even going to go over it again. Rewind the damn tape. Luis Ortiz says he could be ready if his manager instructs him to. So do I get the sense that the tail is wagging the dog? They've got some strange contract situations going over there in America. It's very, very bizarre. This fighter is saying that he could be ready if his manager instructs him to. There's some weirdo shizzle going on over in America. Should it not be that the fighter says, yes, I would like to take that fight, and the management go, okay, good, you're available. You said you were going to be fit for the fight. You said you were going to be ready for that fight. You said you was going to stay ready for that fight. Now the opportunity comes and you're saying you could be ready if your manager instructs you to. That is some weirdo shit. That's some weirdo shit from America going on. And I don't understand. It's just weird. Anyway, just to recap. Miller says he's innocent. New York Athletic Commission says he's not. Luis Ortiz says he could be ready if his manager allows him to. Mad. It's a mad world out there. It's a mad world out there. Some weirdo stuff coming out from America. I could be ready if my manager allows me to. Utterly bizarre. Mad. It's a mad world. It's a mad world. Anyway, Big Baby got popped. His license has been revoked. And Ortiz says he could be ready. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Fed up with these fools. It's Raphael Dawkins. If you have not already subscribed, please do so. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'm out.